way lots of times.
He's a producer?
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't wanna question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Yo.
Yo,
We are back. We are back once again.
you're back.
Yep. We're back. We're back. Ball Central Pod. It's your boys, Elijah, Phil, John, here to talk about the NBA Finals.
Hell yeah.
Some breaking NFL news that should happen weeks ago, and the All-Star game. So just a reminder, make sure you follow us on all the auto platforms. We're now back on Facebook, so shout out to the people that got us there. We have 100 followers again, so we're now back live streaming on Facebook. Check out the gaming channel. A lot of MLB and WWE videos going up there, and college football and Madden are now around the corner. So expect a lot of content on there. And also, Elijah will be having a series on the gaming channel soon as well, I believe this month or next month. So make sure you tune into that. And yeah, basketball's almost over. Very, very sad time here at Ball Central, but NFL is right around the corner. So it's a, bright side of things. So, hey, before we get into everything, how's everybody doing? So,
Me? All right. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Mets won. Hell yeah. Pete Alonso had 2 home runs last night. Dude, on some real stuff, Phil, like last night, it was awesome. Everything happened for me that I wanted. You know what I mean? Like I got free chocolate cake at the bar because it was somebody's birthday. I was drinking because I was running the pool tournament. I ended up winning the pool tournament. Like Mets won. I bet $25 on Edmonton. Edmonton wins in overtime. Like it was a great night last night. Let me tell you.
He also called during IBT last night as well.
Oh hell yeah! I was on another podcast last night. Hell yeah, IBT, beautiful. Was I actually on? You put me on?
Yeah, you called. Yeah, we were on. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're calling.
Were the boys okay with it, or were they like, nah? What's he doing here?
The phone was like to the microphone. So yeah,
love you, appreciate you.
Yeah, Lawrence told me to ask you some Knicks related questions. So yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Like I said, you're always welcome on.
Appreciate you.
Always welcome on IBT. So hey, how about you, Elijah?
I'm chilling, man. Did a pod last night with Phil.
Nice.
Been working a lot, man. I'm actually tired right now. I really want to take a nap, but I told Phil I'd try to be here today. What else happened? Pete Alonso definitely hit a home run today too. Nimmo went today.
Did he?
Marte went today. We up right now. Fingers crossed. You feel me?
Lindor has a toe injury, doesn't he? I think.
Yeah, Lindor is out, broken toe, but he doesn't need to play for the rest of the weekend, so we're good. We already clinched the season series on the Dodgers. Other than that, though, life's good, man. How you doing, Phil?
Hey, great to hear. Same. It is hot as hell, though. But yeah, it's the bright side of having better weather than what we've been experiencing in the winter. So, hey, definitely would rather have this hot heat than the bum ass snow. So,
True.
Happy that's here. Also, hey, NBA Finals start tonight. Me and John, and I believe Lawrence will be joining us as well. We'll be doing a live stream every NBA Finals game, so make sure you follow us on playback.tv/ball4. We will be live every single night. Also, yeah, it's pretty much a pretty busy week or so for me as well. Money in the Bank, me and Elijah's prediction will be out Saturday afternoon.
Nice.
And then I will be live later on tonight to watch party the PLE like around 6 or 7 when it starts. So, yeah, and then the day after, Game 2 NBA Finals with John and maybe Lawrence. So, yeah, pretty busy week. Looking forward to it, to all the events going on. Sad to say basketball's almost over, but one hell of a season.
True.
But before we get out to basketball, let's talk about the NFL news. So basically, there's a lot of politics going on right now with Elon Musk, and like Elijah said before we got on, what better news than to Aaron Rodgers to be the diva that he is? Let me announce where I'm going to before this political breakout gets even worse. So yeah, he officially signs with the Steelers. He's going to sign tomorrow, so he can be there for training camp or OTAs, whatever the thing is called. So I mean, as expected, right? There's no other team for Aaron Rodgers to really go to truly. So he decides to make it announced now instead of, it should have been done weeks ago, to be honest. But
good for him. Congratulations.
And now and he faces his former team the first week of the season in the Jets and their former Steeler quarterback in Justin Fields. So it's going to be a very exciting, couple weeks for Steelers and Jets fans alike. So
he better come out. I'm just saying he better come out and play because we ain't playing week 1. I'll tell you that. I'm excited about that for the Jets' perspective. I was excited about that matchup before that. Now I'm really excited about that matchup.
Yeah, pretty much Aaron Rodgers joins the lineup with DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, Pat Freiermuth, and I forgot what the rookie running back's name is because they don't have Najee Harris anymore.
Yeah, but I've seen that rookie. He's pretty good, right? They took him in like the 4th round or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the best defenses in the league. And if there's a coach that can help Aaron Rodgers, it's definitely Mike Tomlin.
They still have Jalen Warren.
They do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Warren, so yeah,
I think I saw somewhere. I'm surprised they didn't post Jalen Warren. They posted the rookie over Jalen Warren. So I
think for potential, realistic, because Jalen Warren's going to come in. He's going to be a workhorse, and he's gonna have half that offense at least, if not more. I don't care what. You know what I mean? Like as good as that rookie is, he better be Jerome Bettis. You know what I mean? He better be Chris John. I don't know. He better be electric if you're going to take all those reps away from Warren. It's just I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. He should be the one guy there. So hey. But for Pittsburgh. About
Congrats,
time.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we all expected this.
OTAs too. Congrats. Must be nice. Never did as a Jet. Whatever.
But I say, I mean, you guys are the Jets fans. I don't know how y'all feel about this potential matchup looming up.
How about you, Elijah? I talked a lot about it. I'm kind of being an a-hole, so
I don't care.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
It's really not going to make a difference. It's really not going to make a difference.
Yeah. They didn't have a quarterback. Now they have an old quarterback. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
No, they had Russell Wilson last year, and I think Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are literally interchangeable at this point.
No. I mean, like when the schedule came out, they didn't really have a quarterback. They had Mason Rudolph.
Oh yeah.
That's all. I'm just like they got a little bit better, but like at the same time, I don't expect the defense not to look good. Like you're playing Aaron Rodgers, you should want to play Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
My thing is Pittsburgh at this point is all about their defense. That's all.
Sure.
That's the only thing that's going to keep them alive.
And by the way, Justin Fields used to play for them, so I'm excited to see what he does week 1. This is also like
probably run.
Definitely a show him game in a way. It'd be awesome to see a couple touchdowns or a touchdown or two.
Yeah, sure. Hey, I'm sorry that my attention is a little. I still got the Mets game on. We are bases loaded, top of 4th. Pete struck out though.
Damn it!
What's the score?
4-3. We're up.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was thinking about betting on the game live, but I don't know. Let's relax. Let's relax right now.
But hey, NFL season's coming up soon, so we'll figure out how that happens. Also, if you love MLB, we'll also be watching some MLB games on playback as well throughout the season. So hey, just a reminder, go check us out on playback.
Is NFL going to get on playback or no?
As of right now, I know it's just NBA, MLB, and WNBA.
Okay.
I don't know yet if they're going to be.
Games
They should. It'd be a good move for playback to get involved with the NFL.
But no, the NFL wants to fucking charge. Sorry to curse. Let's stop the cursing. But the NFL wants to charge people 2 legs. You know what I mean? To buy all the games. You know what I mean? Like it costs $700. You can't pay for that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Right, it's crazy. So hey, yeah,
that's like a gaming console, Phil. They're literally charging you a gaming console that you can hold.
the PS5 and the Switch are 500. The new Switch is 500. That package is 700. It's $200 more than the gaming console.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
But hey, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, playback will be live there watching WNBA and MLB games once the NBA season is over. So go check us out over there. And also speaking about the NBA, Adam Silver is doing like a press run on Fox Sports, I believe, on different shows. One of the announcements he made that All-Star Weekend, All-Star Game, hopefully it's better than the bullshit we saw last year. It was basically a social media event. We'll be having some type of USA versus world event, and they will be following in the footsteps of the NHL, who did the Four Nations event, where like different countries, USA, Canada, I forgot who the two other ones were, but yeah, basically they did 4 different countries battle each other. It might have been.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. I don't know.
But yeah, basically the 4 major groups of the countries that make up the NHL. All I know is USA and Canada.
But that was awesome. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome how they saw that and they saw how much press the NHL got, and they were like, you know what, that's what we'll do, and that's how we'll make it competitive. And like, do you remember how like people make like TikToks and like shorts of like if Luka and Joker could play together on one world team? Now they can. Yeah. Now they can come out and play. The 2 guys that don't show up for the All-Star break are going to come out and play. Let's see it. I want competition to be high. I want a really good game. I'm sorry.
It was US, Canada, Finland, and Sweden. Those were the 4 countries for NHL.
Yeah. We got it. That's what's up.
For me, it's going to be tricky just because I don't know how, because you obviously want, USA and the international team to be represented well, but does that mean someone on the international side or the USA side is going to get an unfair All-Star vote or unfair add to the All-Star team just because they need to balance out the USA team or the international team?
Gotcha.
So it's going to be very tough to see how voting is going to be and how they determine who makes the All-Star game or not.
And how they weigh the fan vote too. You know what I mean? Yep. The fans have something to say about it. And I mean, it's sometimes they pick the wrong players. You know what I mean? So they might pick the wrong 2 players in rotation and they might lose the game because of the rotation players, realistically.
Yeah. So, I mean, because Wemby, he's leading the charge of people that want to try in the All-Star game. Because last year he was trying during that, whatever that bullshit was, the All-Star event last year. He was actually trying putting up points, playing defense, etc. So let's hope that the rest of the players lead. Huh?
Wasn't it like 4 mini games or 2 mini games or something?
It was like the rookie sophomore challenge. Yeah. I think it's like 2 teams face off, then another 2 teams face off, and then for a target score, and then they face off in the championship.
Got you.
So it was 2 hours with like 30 to 40 minutes of actual basketball. So it was bullshit.
100%.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like how players are voted in for the All-Star game because of this format. I don't know if it's going to change anything, but we'll see. But also, we also have to remember it's an All-Star weekend, All-Star event. Let's not put our hopes up too high that people will be competitive, or because at the end of the day, this is their relaxation. This is their vacation time to before the second half of the season. So they don't want to go too hard, or some worst case scenario, injuries can happen. Or
but didn't they add in like, isn't like the first tournament for like the NBA like thing, like the interleague tournament, like don't people have off for those days if they don't make it?
I don't think so. For the in-season tournament,
they play regular season games regardless.
Yeah, they made the in-season tournament. They made regular season games. Some of them count as the in-season tournament games.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like do some teams have off when others are like when they're playing the championship or whatever of the, you know what I mean? Like,
I think so. Yeah.
Is that the only, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying like these guys shouldn't have more nights off, because in a way they should, because like we want to see them rest on a night that they're not playing basketball. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. If you're, I don't know. Elijah, what do you think of the fact that like for the last 4 or 5 years, it's all been international players who won MVP?
What do you mean? What do I think about it?
Like, do you think in a way, like if we like underline the world versus, you know what I mean, like Team USA, like do you think like somebody can come out of that Team USA pack And I don't want to say take the face of the league, but like, do you think somebody could, I don't know. Do you think there could be a potential for another candidate? I mean, it's hard because I mean, it's all based on stats.
I mean,
right?
there's candidates everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's very apparent, and is a candidate.
Sure.
At this point, Tyrese Halliburton's a candidate.
He's a candidate. No
Tatum's a candidate. And I'm only speaking on America.
Yeah.
But those are the only three names I can really think of for real.
I hear you. I think if Brunson were to make a final,
JB could be a candidate, but I don't think.
He's not right now.
Would you call Donovan Mitchell?
I would.
Yeah, he could be. I don't know. He could. I don't know.
But like, I'm talking about these are the guys that actually have like the accolades. Like,
sure.
Only reason why I left out Brunson is he hasn't been to the Olympics. He hasn't been to the finals. You can sit here and say, huh?
He was on the Olympic team. He just didn't play that much. Like how
was he on the FIBA team?
Brunson was not on the Olympic team.
He wasn't on the FIBA team. He played on an Olympic team. I'm telling you. I just don't know exactly what Olympic team he played on.
Brunson broke his hand for FIBA.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Or did he break his hand for the Olympics and he wasn't selected for FIBA?
Which Olympic team was Jalen Brunson on?
He was never on an Olympic team. FIBA is not Olympics. Let's just kill that noise.
Yeah, FIBA is not Olympics. Yeah, no.
Jalen Brunson was on the okay. Sorry, he was on the FIBA team, the 2013
FIBA is
World Cup team.
FIBA's the B team that we send out. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
You've never seen KD. You've never seen Braun. You've never seen.
No, but what I'm saying is you
don't see them guys play for the FIBA team. So I'm saying Olympics. No, that actual gold medal. Because even still, if you play for the FIBA team, they lost.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying,
Germany, I think.
I'm just saying,
my thing is, we got the names in Olympic, and obviously everybody's enjoying his personality. Face of Adidas at this point too.
No doubt, I hear you.
Have Tatum, Olympic gold medalist, and he has a chip. All right, Halliburton, Olympic gold medalist. He's currently in the finals. You have those. I'm throwing those three names out there because they have the accolades.
Sure.
To say like, okay, they could progress to be a face of the league.
Sure.
But but that's only on the US side. If we're really being honest, the world has really taken over the league because in that stage you have Jokic, you got Giannis, you got Luka.
I'm with you. I just disagree on the FIBA thing. That's the only thing I disagree on. Because I agree with you that it is a B team, but Halliburton was on that FIBA team with Jalen Brunson.
Okay, but Halliburton was on that FIBA team.
I believe it's the minor leagues. I believe Jalen Brunson isn't there yet, but I'm just saying and I think what you're saying is 100% right. I think those are the three names that are definite within American sports that could maybe take an MVP in the next 2 years. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting what happens in the next 2 years because look at Tatum, he's going to be out. You know what I mean? So it's one guy gone. And then it really could be Ant or it could be Halliburton who take the reins. So it just, I don't know. But Tatum being gone, I feel like opens a hole for somebody. I don't know if it's Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if it's, I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be somebody.
Bam Adebayo. No.
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong 100%. I'm just saying like maybe somebody comes out of the woodwork. Probably not, but it would be interesting.
Yeah, but what Elijah said, like there's Jokic, there's SGA, there's Luka, there's Giannis, there's I think
there's a lot of international players. I hear you.
Yeah, I think because like the top 5 best players in the NBA are international, or like top 4 out of 5. So, and there's more, and Wemby's making a case for the face of the league right now too. I mean, they're pretty much groomed him to trying to be the face of the league right now because he's had cameras on him.
Where would you rank Wemby right now?
He has to probably be like as a potential face of the league, like top 10 because he's had cameras on him ever since he was like a teenager or like for 100%. A while.
I'm just saying we got to look into the 20s, we got to look into the 15s, we got to look into the I mean, there's not that many American players, but I'm just saying it's just somebody could come out of the woodwork. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if they're grooming Wemby, there's got to be somebody else that on the American side. Maybe it really is Anthony Edwards, but
I don't know. The way he's been playing in the Western Conference Finals back-to-back years, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, it's tough for him, but he needs a number 2, right?
A consistent number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the world and Team USA, honestly, just make it basketball, please. We don't need the side missions. We don't need the segments, etc., etc. It was nice that TNT got their segment with Inside the NBA crew, but we don't need a 2-hour event with 30 minutes of basketball. We don't need it, to be honest. Let's just have basketball, maybe a halftime performance, but yeah, just basketball. I know it's it's a new day and age where we want to have a social media event, clicks, engagement, etc., views, etc. But you can do it with strictly basketball and like maybe a halftime performance. It doesn't need to be that extra like how it was last year. So I'm just happy that they're dumping last year's idea, but they dumped the previous year idea as well. So
you feel like the idea was going to be bad before it happened?
Which one? The
All-Star game?
Honestly, I didn't know.
Okay.
First when they announced the idea at the beginning of the year, I thought it was a decent idea with the target score.
Sure.
But they did not mention all of the theatrics that came with it, like the Mr. Beast segment, the Inside the NBA segment, the other segments, the musical performance segments. They didn't mention all of that beforehand. So I was just thinking it was just gonna be straight basketball, not side missions here and there.
Because I want change, but at the same time, like that was bad change. Like we watched that and we were like, yeah, no, I don't want to watch that again. And I'm 100% with you. It's just
So honestly, it might be a tough fix because let's be honest, All-Star games are tough to try to perfect just because A, it's during a player's break, and two, you're gonna say you want one thing, but then people are gonna change their minds once they finally get it and say they didn't really want it. So fans can be ficky.
Yo, this is a stupid question.
Fickle.
But it's for you and Elijah. If they threw money at the problem, would it help?
They have, yeah.
No, but like if you put more money on MVP.
I mean, to be honest, you can only throw so much money. It's an effort point at this point.
I hear you.
Because I think they threw money at the winners for this year, like $1 million or something, or like close to somewhat at the winners.
I was gonna say $1 million, $2 million. Yeah, like how much you give the MVP?
They definitely threw some money at Team Shaq this year, who won the All-Star event thing. So, and plus these guys are already making a good amount of money. So I don't know how much more money do they need, especially since the All-Stars, the top tier guys who are getting paid the top dollar by their own franchise. So I don't know how much more money, or just make the 1v1 event possible. We'll see.
Do you think the women are going to do it in theirs?
We already saw it with Unrivaled, so yeah. I'm guessing they might do it.
I've heard some like whispers, and I'm like, ooh, if the women push the guys, you know what I mean? Like if the women do 1v1 and it's really successful at their All-Star break this summer, like imagine the NBA seeing that and go, we got to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's people already interested. I think Giannis was interested, Harden was interested, Kyrie was interested, but that's all just talk until it actually happens. So there's plenty of time for that. So,
do you feel like it's like a race, like in like the NFL, like Tyreek Hill always says he's like the fastest, so he's like, I want to race, and it's like
him and Noah Lyles still haven't raced yet.
Bro, I want to see it. I want to see him smoke Noah, but maybe not. Maybe Noah will smoke him.
Noah will smoke him 100%.
Probably, yeah.
Because he's the Olympian.
I know, but like maybe he just waits him out. You know what I mean? Pacquiao to Floyd. You know what I mean? Like that fight was gonna happen forever. It happened when I was in college. I thought it was gonna happen in middle school.
Isn't Tyreek Hill older than Noah Lyles?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would get to running then. I don't know, Tyreek, but maybe it's just all talk at that point. You're right.
Pretty much, yeah. But hey, also we have the NBA Finals starting tonight. Like I said, around 8:30, 8:40, we'll be live on playback reacting to it. So, obviously, the Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder are involved. Both teams that benefited from trading away Paul George. Obviously, for the Thunder, the whole SGA Clippers trade that everyone thinks could be one of the worst trades in NBA history. And then from the Pacers side of things, the Sabonis OKC trade with Paul George as well. So, both teams that benefited from losing Paul George. How are we feeling about this? Should it be? Has it been properly marketed by the NBA or like the media? Because I've been seeing nothing but hate from like the top national medias. I don't know if you guys know Jason McIntyre or whoever that guy was on who's the co-host of the Herd. He was saying he was just shitting on this matchup the entire time, saying give me super teams or give me death, etc., some bullshit. So I just want to know how y'all felt about like the media actually promoting or like giving their opinions on this actual NBA Finals before the thing actually even started. So,
me personally, I don't care about the media anymore. My last straw with the media was actually that Stephen A. Smith Braun thing.
Ooh, good point. I like that a lot.
And it's not because, I don't respect, the media and their opinions or whatever, but like, y'all are really just talking floating heads at this point, just trying to get views. Y'all are not getting serious sports takes. And it's like, I'm not about to feed into it because it's terrible. I have way better conversations with you guys, with friends. Like, I'm good off of the media. So whatever the media is saying, to be honest, I haven't turned on a Sports Center, a First Take, whatever that show Acho does. Haven't turned on none of that stuff. So,
yeah, I do not blame you at all because the stuff they've been saying has been nasty. I think I mentioned this like a week before or the week before that. They're basically, instead of like promoting, uplifting the product, they're saying, is this player actually a superstar? Have these paths been etc. deflated, etc. Basically everything is shitting on the whole product instead of uplifting the people who've actually made this path and made it to the final. So yeah, it's been absolutely shit from the media and even the former players, some of the former players as well. So I'm just happy we're getting a decent matchup because it's the number one defense and the number one offense facing off. And these teams have been the best two teams win percentage wise and other stat wise ever since the second half of the season, or ever since January first started. So it's not like you're getting a great team versus a terrible team. It's literally the two most winningest teams since January 1st. So the stats are there to back it up. But still, the Thunder are like what, minus 700 favorites. So it's going to be very interesting to see how everything plays out.
And you know why they're mad?
Why?
Because they got it wrong all year. They could have been following the Pacers. They don't know sports like that. They're not looking at the statistics.
Did Lou Will say I don't follow the Indiana Pacers? Because some players did say that. Like, I haven't watched Indiana Pacers basketball.
And it's kind of mind blowing because like as a Knicks fan, like I always kind of had my eye on them just because like what Halliburton did to us last year. Like, I mean, it's kind of nuts how they don't get the coverage they get because they're in small markets. I get it to a point, but at the same time, like, and I get not wanting to go to those small markets if you're the media, but at the same time, it's just like you get to travel for your job with sports. That's insanely cool. You know what I mean? Like, and you're complaining against the number one and number two matching up, like you said, Phil. And Elijah, I don't blame you for not listening to sports as much. You know what I mean? Just because like it has become more negative. And I mean, sometimes you get like a once in a while good take or like a clash like between PK Subban and like Stephen A. Smith or something. And I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Sports is kind of worth it. But at the same time, it's just like, then you get some negative stuff from Pat McAfee. And then Aaron Rodgers takes a month and a half to sign to the Steelers. It's kind of becoming unbearable a little bit too. And that's kind of crazy to say because normally it's like the outlet. You know what I mean? Normally it's the thing you go to escape. You go watch the game. Like, I love watching the Mets game last night. It was freaking awesome. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know.
Because baseball, I've seen a clip of, John, I think we talked about this last week, but baseball players were breaking down Shohei Ohtani pitching.
Yeah.
They were not doing, they were giving compliments. They were giving him constructive criticism. They were actually doing their job. Like, I don't know if Elijah will agree with this or not, but yeah, NBA media is probably the most toxic media in all of sports.
And you could not like a guy, but you could also say, hey, that was a pretty good pitch.
Right.
Like, I can't even say it's NBA media. It's really just it's out of
certain networks or shows.
I can't even say certain networks. It's just that a lot of them don't hide their bias anymore. That's what it is. And it's not just with the NBA, it's with every sport because we'll sit here and this is what pissed me off the other day. Dodgers Mets at Citi Field. Everybody's talking about Citi Field is sold out. Come see the Dodgers play as if we haven't been selling out Citi Field to see the Mets play the entire season.
True.
I don't want to hear bulls I don't want to hear nothing like that, bro. Mets faithful have been in Citi Field. The stadium has been packed. Every game I go to, packed. A random Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, 1 p.m. game. The stadium is packed. Y'all talking about everybody's here to see so? No, we're not here to see him. And another thing that pissed me off today, and I'm just totally talking about baseball because that's the main thing I've been following now. I don't understand how the Dodgers are ahead of us in the power rankings. We just beat them.
And we
4 out of 6 times within the last 2 weeks. How are they ahead of us? What sense does that make?
both
Wait,
at home,
whose
and
power
away.
rankings was that?
ESPN.
Of course it is.
Oh, I mean,
Boring.
that's the first problem. You're looking at the ESPN power
It's
rankings.
just,
That
it's
is
just getting to
100%
the point where it's
rage-baiting.
like, it's just getting to the point where sports media is just openly biased, and it's just like, y'all are not watching the games for real. Y'all are not paying attention to what's going on for real. Why am I watching y'all? Why am I paying attention to y'all?
And a lot of them say it, like literally. Shaq didn't know who the coach of the Pistons was.
Oh my god.
Charles Barkley commented on Houston basketball. Lou Williams on FanDuel TV said he hasn't watched one lick of Indiana Pacers basketball. They're literally telling us that they don't watch games or they don't watch the product.
That's insane. And in Shaq's defense, there were 2 teams that entered the playoffs without coaches. So
This was before the playoffs, though.
yeah, I know. It was, yeah, I know. I'm
was a
trying to
while
even help
ago.
him out. I can't.
Yeah, Anthony, I appreciate you trying to help him out, but yeah, he messed up.
Wait,
royally.
that wasn't first round versus the Knicks?
No.
I thought that was first round versus the Knicks. My bad.
This was like in the middle of the season, of the regular season.
Bro?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was in the middle of the regular season, I think.
I thought this was literally first round.
I knew it wasn't playoff time, but it was definitely during when the Knicks were like a top, like 3 or 4 seed.
To your point, I don't even know if he knew
The
it
Pistons, sorry.
first round against the Knicks either. You know what I mean? He never really mentioned his name. So
Yeah,
it's
like these players, these former players and media analysts literally told us they don't watch or pay attention to the game, and some of us still watch them and take them seriously. So,
The other thing that pissed me off, I'm sorry, I just want to bring this one more thing up.
hey, go ahead, it's your time.
This happened, I think, directly after the ACF was over. Either way, it happened plenty of times, maybe after the Lakers were eliminated. Okay? After the first round, after the second round of the playoffs.
okay.
Why the hell are we having LeBron debates during the middle of the playoffs when other teams were playing?
You said LeBron who?
LeBron Jordan debates.
Oh yeah.
Like anybody else can use that spotlight at the point. Okay. There's other teams that just advanced in their series. Okay. We have Ant beat they beat the Warriors. Warriors were injury ridden, but you feel me? Ant won. Why are we not covering Ant? Tyrese Halliburton just beat the Cavs, 1-seeded Cavs in 5. Why are we not covering these players that actually are playing right now instead of a 40-year-old who, at this point, nothing that happens in his career hurts his legacy? And a retired, how old is Jordan now? 60?
60-ish, yeah.
Like, why are we having this debate right now? Neither of them are playing. Neither of them have been on screen in the last 2 weeks. And yet, this is what we want to talk about.
He's 62, you're right.
In the middle of May is what we want to talk about. It's like, what the media is just.
Do you think he's gonna try to? You think Jordan's gonna try to push that agenda on NBC Sports when he debuts?
I don't know, and I don't care because I won't be watching it.
Yeah,
the
I don't know what.
Beat the Bucks, Cleveland, and New York to get there. It's insane how there's not more. And all three series for the Pacers had unbelievable comebacks in the last minute. I don't want to talk about game 1. Seriously,
I was just saying in general, like it happened to the Bucks, happened to the Cavs, happened to y'all, all 3 of those.
The Knicks, bro. Oh my God.
Also, I mean, speaking of the Knicks, how do y'all feel about Tibbs being gone?
It's Elijah, if you speak first. Everyone has their own opinion.
No, you go first.
Okay. Tibbs being gone to me it's an interesting move. It was a fast move, especially when you take into account that Jason Tatum's not going to be around next year. So I guess it might have been the right move because he didn't use his bench, but I would also, in a sense, blame Leon Rose for not having a bench. I don't know. I think you could have added more pieces there. You know what I mean? So I think that we have different priorities. I mean, at least as Knicks fans, is where we want this offseason to go. And for me, it's improve the bench, improve the squad, and then find a head coach. That's the first thing you do. That's the second thing you do.
Is there anyone you have your eyes on?
I don't know. I'd like them to take Jalen Brunson into account with this. I don't want the squad to change up too much. I know they traded DiVincenzo and they traded Randall. I'm not I'm not against trading for Ant. I'm just saying that like when you change the squad up so much, let's just think before we make a next move. That's all I'm trying to say. Because I don't think the Knicks have been cautious enough, and I'm not saying that the firing of Tibbs was hasty because it wasn't, but at the same time, Jalen Brunson was very much on that train. He had the players locked in, and that's all I'm trying to say. So I'm excited. I'm hoping they bring in a guy that can also get these players fired up. Maybe play better defense. Maybe play better offense. Maybe use more pieces on the bench. Absolutely, I'd love to win a championship. And there have been accounts of teams building up other teams before they took over. Steve Kerr didn't build up the Warriors to me. You know what I mean?
Mark Jackson here.
Mark Jackson, exactly. He built up the Warriors. So it's just like you could say the same thing with John Gruden and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2022. Tony Dungy was there before that. So it's just like
Ime Udoka and Missoula.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So there's a bunch of great coaches that benefit after somebody builds up a team. So I think that the Knicks have a solid core. I like who our stars are, and I don't know. I'm excited for the next chapter, but I'm also going to miss Tibbs because in a way, he was dedicated. You know what I mean? He that was his life. So I appreciate him for his dedication and getting us to a place we haven't been in 25 years. That's all I'm trying to say. Hell yeah.
Me personally, I wouldn't say firing him is the worst. I mean, the best decision. I understand it though, especially with his inability to adapt. I think one thing that was it was pissing me off the entire series was drop coverage.
Good point.
They just have shown us that everybody on this damn team can shoot. And I get it. Cat gets cooked in ISOs against, a Tyrese Halliburton or Emhart or Neesmith or TJ McConnell. But like, I don't know. There had to be another choice that Tibbs could have made and, figuring out a solution there. His drop coverage wasn't it. And I think his inability to properly was also frying me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like when they started the hack and Mitch, I don't understand why we weren't getting him out of there. I understand Cat was in foul trouble, but we had pressure just staying on the bench. But you decided to keep Mitch in the game. It doesn't seem like it as long as Tibbs has been a coach, it doesn't seem to me like he really trusts his players further down the bench. He likes that starting lineup, and I get it. He likes that sixth man, he likes that seventh man, but it's like past that he doesn't trust anybody. So as far as that, like that's how I feel about his firing. Like I'm not so sure that a next coach that I know they're about to bring in is the answer, but I guess it doesn't hurt to try.
Is there anyone on your radar that you want to see?
As a player or a coach?
A coach. Or players, both, whatever one.
We know they're bringing in Mike Malone as a coach. We're not gonna hide it. Like I damn near put my house on it.
Your house?
Damn near.
Okay, I'm with you.
I mean,
as a player, I've spoken to some of my other friends in some chats. Bobby Portis is a great option to bring in here.
I've heard that.
I also see Clint Capella as a very viable option.
I mentioned that earlier.
I'm all right on Clint.
All
right.
I mentioned in our group chat the fantasy basketball one.
We can't get Clint a little 1 year deal. I don't see why we can't get Clint a little 1 year prove it deal.
That's what I said.
I also think that we need a little more depth on the wing. DeLon Wright, obviously, not a real answer for us. So, Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
I like him.
Take one of those.
I know this guy's only available to trade, but PJ Washington, I'd love to see him with us.
He definitely might be available for trade.
Well, he's only available through trade. That's the issue. So
yeah.
Other than that, another option, maybe Kai Jones or Daniel Gafford. I'd be cool with either of those names as well. Those are just a few names who I would like to see, but realistically, Bobby Portis and NAW sounds nice to me. I don't know if I want to trade. Like John said, I kind of want to keep the squad the way it is. I don't see anybody I'd really want to trade away. I just need Josh to get it together.
True. You know what's crazy though too? That's not talked about enough is that PJ Tucker was on our team and they didn't put him in. You know what I mean? Like just
PJ Tucker seems like he's in that Udonis Haslem role or James Johnson role at this point.
He's damn near 50, John.
I get that. Just put him in for a minute. Whatever, bro.
He's one of the
rotation players. We had PJ Tucker on our squad. You know, the energy
you guys did play Landry Shaman as well, so I mean
that's all I'm trying to say.
Well,
you know what I
Landry
mean?
Shaman
Like, I love Landry
though.
Shaman.
Yeah,
he was hooping.
Imagine.
I also do want to see him back.
Imagine the trivia question that's going to come up in future years. Who was the last player to score on NBA on TNT? Landry Shamet.
Landry Shamet, sure.
But he scored the last points on TNT.
Oh my, that's crazy.
Yeah. But, if you ever want to use that, go ahead.
Good. I'll write that down. That is
the last player to score on NBA on the NBA TNT broadcast.
Landry Shamet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think it was a 3.
That's what's up. And I like him. I like what the Knicks have done, and that's the only reason I was I'm not anti Clint Capella. I'm just saying that like we've developed guys who come out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? So let's continue to do that. Let's continue to look for those diamonds in the rough and add them to our team, and then give them some options. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Tibbs really waited on people. Like he waited on Miles McBride for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I said Clint Capella just because, like I said, he's been a double machine ever since 2017. Last year he was dealing with a hand injury, and obviously he's getting older, so he fell out the rotation for younger Onyeka Okongwu. But still, I think he's an upgrade over Mitchell Robinson. Just because I think he's better defensively and he's better. I think he's just a better player overall.
Better defensively. No, you're right. It's not. He probably is, but
because like he was like 10-10 for like the last 5, 6, 7 years.
I get that. Mitchell Robinson was hurt twice in the last 4-7 years.
Yeah. Plus, I think he's like Mitchell Robinson is more injury prone than Clint, so I think he's an upgrade personally.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll find. I mean, I don't know when that new coach will be announced. Yeah, I've seen a lot of eyes on Michael Malone, hometown kid.
You see Jay Wright?
Jay Wright.
Villanova come out. I'm just saying.
Maybe, but
could you imagine?
I would rather have Michael Malone because he's because the championship experience with Jokic.
He won 1 championship with Jokic. I'm just putting that out there. 1. Jokic had 3 MVPs. I'm just saying. Playoff experience, I don't know. He did have to go through the West, so that is the hardest. So.
And I would put that more on the GM than the coach.
True.
They let KCP walk. They let Bruce Brown walk. They let a lot of pivotal pieces on that Denver Nuggets team walk. So
I hear you. I mean, you could probably blame the GM again because I was annoyed with like the 2 runs they had before they won the finals because Joker got thrown out. But they had pieces. They had a lot of pieces. So it's just
and plus I think before he left Denver, Michael Malone was holding a lot of players accountable, saying like you don't watch film, etc., etc. So he's the guy that holds players accountable. So that's something I would want as a head coach.
I mean, I do. I do want that in a head coach, and I think it depends how he gets along with Jalen Brunson. I don't mean to be like that, but like
and Rick Brunson.
Rick is somebody who doesn't play. You know what I mean? He's somebody who watches film daily. So I think they'll get along very well. I don't know.
Yeah. But hopefully that'll be announced. It'll probably be announced maybe after the finals or during the offseason. If they find the coach earlier, then great. But if not, like take your time. There's a whole offseason. And also people mentioned Jason Kidd, which would be, I don't know if he plans on leaving Dallas, but Jason Kidd would be an interesting choice, but I don't see it personally.
That would be insane. Why would he leave Dallas? They got the number 1 overall pick. They got AD. They got Kyrie. Like,
yeah, they were throwing a lot of names.
I love Jason Kidd, but no.
Yeah. So, before we head out, our NBA Finals picks. Obviously, we mentioned the Pacers and the Thunder before their journeys to get here. The Thunder. We mentioned the Pacers' journey. The Thunder belt to ass to Memphis, belt to ass to Minnesota. The only team that got them competitive was Nuggets in a Game 7 series, which they won. But now, number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. The winningest teams in the NBA face off tonight. Who do we have? Because my pick's already down here.
We already know Phil has the Pacers in 6.
My guy.
I'd be surprised if the Pacers win more than 2 games. Yeah. OKC is actually just that good.
So they win tonight.
Yeah.
Money line on OKC is fine.
John doesn't care about the thing. He just wants the bet.
Just wondering.
I take OKC money line. I'll take on the spread.
Okay.
Oh, mine's not.
I'd like both of those. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I think that this game is going to be very difficult for Halliburton.
Okay.
That's just where I see the issue happening this game. So I see OKC winning, Indiana not winning tonight. I see, like I said, this game's going to be difficult for Halliburton. I think it's also going to be very difficult for Miles Turner.
Okay.
Him and Thomas Bryant. They're both, I'm not going to say undersized, but iHeart and Chet are both 7 foot plus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Turner like 6'10", so yeah.
Yeah, and iHeart and Chet on the floor at the same time. Yeah, good luck down there. Other than that, Shea's gonna be Shea. He's gonna get to the line. He's gonna get to the bucket. He's gonna get whatever he wants. Lou Dort is going to. I mean, that's the best perimeter defender in the league for real.
4 points though, you think?
4? Yes,
Yeah.
John.
Or at least
I'll
4. Okay.
I would take him for 2 threes tonight.
Okay. 2 threes? Bet. I'll add that to the list too. Apologies. Just one.
John's just for the parlays, guys.
John
But
is
yeah,
doing
I got,
parlay
so
pieces.
nice right now. I don't feel like
I got
that.
OKC.
Here's one, baby. Let's go.
I got OKC winning the finals in 5, 6
Okay.
at most.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
That's understandable. Like OKC is the number one team in the league and in the West for a reason. The best record in the league. I believe they broke a lot of records as well during the season as well. So yeah, I mean they're favored for a reason. Minus 700. Honestly, this is more of just a hard pick for me because Hallie's as I like to say, one of the 7 Halliburton fans in the world. He's there. I got to root for him. So yeah.
Good for you.
I also hate to bring the man's name up again, but listen, it's so crazy to say, but we watched the Dallas Mavericks completely dismantle this Oklahoma City team plenty of times. And it really pains me to say that I know Dallas would have won it all if we would have ran into freaking Tyrese Halliburton this year in the finals. And Nico Harrison, again, I make my mission to say, fuck you at least once a day. And this is my topic. Fuck you, Nico Harrison.
Yes.
It pretty much would have been the reverse of last year. You guys would have been the Celtics in that situation against the Pacers.
Yeah, it's just that, like, and it's not like a knock on the Pacers because, like, obviously they just beat us. They just beat the Knicks. They did beat the Bucks. They beat the Cavs. Like, the Pacers are a good team. Like, we're going to be honest about that.
Sure.
They're also a very undersized team. And Halliburton, he has a lot of Trae Young play style where he's not taking that mid range. He's not really taking those floaters. If it's not a layup, he's live or die by the 3. And that is not, that's just not the way I think that. And I'm only talking about Dallas, but that's not how you beat that team.
Yeah, he goes for a step back 3 or a wide open fast break layup.
Yeah, as you saw what the Celtics did last year, live or die by the 3 is not how you beat Dallas. So,
Gotcha. John, who you got tonight? I mean, not only for tonight, but the series.
Series I got OKC. I agree with Elijah. I don't want to say ballsy 5, but like I probably 6. You could probably go 6, 7. I think I definitely like OKC in the series though. I'm definitely very excited for a lot of role players. Actually, I'd like to see SGA get the line. I like to see OKC get out to an early lead, but finals wise, what makes this interesting is I'd like to see the Pacers make a run like they made on the Knicks, like they made on Cleveland, like they made on Milwaukee. You know what I mean?
Down
like
7 with 59 seconds left.
This is a team that went through the best of the East. So like I totally get OKC, like people picking OKC for this and it being a no-brainer, but like this could be a scary team because if Tyler Halliburton can learn from Elijah's lesson of live and die by the 3 is a horrible way to go, and you just get your points and you move along, he's going to be a great player. He is going to be an insanely great player. But once he learns that, it's going to take the top off for him because he won't have to rely on half of his points being 3-point shots. And then if half of his points are 3-point shots by the time he's really, 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 really good, like he must be great at taking threes now. You know what I mean? Like that's like he must have vastly improved from that. I'm not saying he's a bad 3-point taker. I'm just saying that like it's the way his game's going to evolve, and he's not there yet, but he's really, really close to almost being there. You know what I mean? And it's going to be exciting to see what he does, especially if he gets in the rotation, especially if he gets the assists going, if he gets some rebounds going. He needs to be in this game. He needs to not be. I watched him against the Knicks that one game where he had like 2 3-point attempts, and he was like invisible. And that was the one game during the playoffs he was invisible. Every other game he was all over the place, and that's what he needs to do if the Pacers want to be somewhat competitive. So I know I'm ranting, but yeah, I totally agree with Elijah. You cannot live or die by the three. It's a horrible way to go, and if they do that, it might be OKC in 5. But I'd like to see the Pacers steal a couple. You know what I mean? I'd like to see it be a long series. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, Phil. Let's get it.
Yeah, because if OKC does win in 4 or 5, everyone's gonna say, everyone that hated on the series are gonna be, I told you so. This isn't real hoops, etc. They're gonna hate on it. Let's be honest.
They are that good. Their squad is good enough.
Yeah.
And people are mad because they still have so many draft picks. That's why people are mad. And they're a small market team. Get over it. Sorry about it. But
because people are so used to the LeBrons, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Currys, the like our our old guys being in the finals. Sure. They haven't been adapted to.
There's a lot of repeating. There's a lot of greatness. There are a lot of people in their primes, but when people get out of their primes and new people have to get into their primes before they get there, it's just like there's a lot of what ifs, and that stinks. But now we get to see a great matchup, and I think we talked about this in the basketball group chat, but Mavs versus LeBron's Miami team was an insane finals. And if you didn't watch the finals, I feel bad for you.
That probably was one of the best playoff runs by a team in a while.
Team.
Yeah,
Jason Kidd was on that team. I'm just saying,
Blazers,
there's a lot of great things on that team. Ooh, but they beat. No one thought they beat LeBron. All right, and they did it in a 7-game series. So it's just like, it was awesome, and that's why, in a way, the NBA can be better than the NFL, can be better than the MLB. You know their faces. The bargaining agreement's almost 50-50. Like it's a great league. Now they need to clean up their media. Now they need to clean up, you know what I mean? Just different things. You know what I mean? We need more, not less. And I'm excited that the NBA is following the NHL's path. Hopefully they'll get better officials too. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
that's a lot.
Only up and down. Now. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's all. Like let's get it. Let's get it.
Yep.
Finals.
Scott Foster's going to be in this series, so it's going to be.
Oh my God, bro! That's where they can't get it right. I don't mean to be like that. I don't know how you feel about Scott Foster, but I am.
If they need a series extended, if we see him in game 3 or 4, we know it's going down.
Bro, I don't like that though. I don't like those comparisons. It's so, and it is so obvious. Like I don't mean to be like that, but
yeah, sometimes it is.
Oh.
But hey, yeah, for me, Pacers in 6. It's going to be a lot of running. It's going to be a lot of full court defense, especially Nembhard and Neesmith are going to have a very, very tall task, and they're probably going to take turns guarding SGA personally. So, and I know SGA is going to try his best to try to get one or both of them fouled out. So,
how does SGA not get to the line here, Phil?
Oh, it's going to be a chess match on how can he draw fouls or how can he get to the basket. Because if he's not drawing fouls, like Elijah said, he can attack the basket. He can hit a midi. He can hit a 3 here and there. He has plenty of ways to score. It's just he's got to figure out how against a young or tough Indiana defense. So if Nembhard can play how he played against Brunson in Game 6 against SGA the whole series, sure, they have a shot. Sure. That's asking for a lot, a whole series. So
yeah, and they're different beasts. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see those different coverages and how
SGA is a lot taller and bigger than Brunson, so it's going to be way tougher for Nembhard. But yeah, I got Pacers in 6. It's more of a heart pick than a mind pick since, like I said, Hal's my guy, so I'm rock with him until he gets eliminated.
Hey, man, sometimes that's where the best picks come from, the heart. You know what I mean? Deep down, you know.
Yeah, my heart was with Dallas last year, though. See what happened to them.
I hear you. I'm sorry about it. That's so. I
Mm,
don't even want to. You brought that up, so you're killing me alive. You're killing me. I love it.
yeah,
Let's get it.
it
Let's get it.
probably. Wait, we'll see what happens. Just like I said earlier, we'll be on playback tonight around 8:30, 8:40 for the game, and also every other game for the NBA Finals. Stay tuned to there. Hey, last words before we head out, so we get things off.
I hate both of the teams so much, man. And I hate that this is the finals I gotta watch. Oh, matter of fact, this is gonna be my last words. I see a post going around talking about some just you hate basketball if you don't want to see these two teams play. It's not that I don't want to see these two teams play. I hate the teams that much that I don't want anybody to win. That's
the different thing. Yeah,
That's a valid.
It's
That's a
not
valid
because
statement.
I hate basketball. Y'all gotta stop saying you hate basketball if you don't want it. No, I just hate these two teams. Okay, I hate OKC. Okay, I hate Indiana, and I feel like that's fair for me to have. Like, I can still be a fan of basketball and hate two teams, and those two teams just so happen to be playing each other in the finals. Stop assuming people hate basketball. All right, we don't. We love the game. It's a beautiful game, but these two teams, we hate them. Okay. Cool. That's my last words, man.
Yeah, a lot of people hate the OKC because of SGA. So yeah,
Everybody hates because SGA is a foul baiter, and everybody hates Indiana just because of Halliburton, how corny he is. Like, this is why they're hated. It's not we don't hate basketball. We just hate the teams. All right.
oh, we got a comment. Hold on.
I got different reasons. Yes. IBT. We're talking about OKC. I think we all got OKC except for.
Yeah, Phil's got the Pacers. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, pretty much everyone said the same thing as y'all. They had OKC as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they said OKC in 5 or 6. So, yeah. Hey, like I said, Hallie's had a credible season, going from underwhelming first half to being called overrated to being one of the most clutch playoff performers and clutch players this year alone. So, one hell of a season, but it probably ends here. But I'm still going to be rooting for that chip, regardless of how it ends for him.
Oh yeah.
Hey, John, last words before I head out.
Clayton Clark, get back on the court. All right. I'm tired of watching you in Indiana, watching the finals. Couldn't travel with your team. All right. This was anybody else. This is LeBron James. He threw it on the sideline. We'd be talking about it. All right. So that's what I get on the court. You're
what
amazing.
about Paige?
Go play basketball. She got a concussion. We got to make sure she's okay with the head. You know what I mean? Just everything okay. She's a rookie. We got to take it slow. You know what I mean? But Caitlin Clark, she's going to be it. She's going to take it this year. We believe in you. All right. Right here over on the 13th. You know what I mean? 13th, because like we got 12 players. Yeah. So I would think, you know.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to do as a rookie is to rush her. You want to make sure you take your time.
And I don't want to rush.
Set the pace, et cetera, et cetera. Right, Elijah? You agree?
I don't want to rush Clinton Clark either. But...
Gotcha. Yeah, but yeah, because it's tough losing your first 2 picks of the draft.
Bro, trades are welcome.
Karma
Karma
for stealing my pick of Paige Beckers.
Remember, if you were looking for CC, she wore something. Let me tell you something.
Oh, she's available?
I don't know. Anybody's available. Look at my roster.
Okay.
Although I'm not trading with Phil because Phil said we won't trade this year. That's what he said. Elijah, you know what he said that to me? He said, "Oh, we trade every year in fantasy football, so I'm not going to trade with you this year in WNBA. You always looking to get somebody on my team." Oh, word. That's how it is. Understood. Sorry, Elijah.
I just want to point out that I might not have been paying attention to injuries as much now.
Okay.
But best team in the league.
I get it. I hear you.
By far. So, good luck, fellas.
Yeah, it's been a rough 2 weeks for me.
Same.
I feel like the Chicago Sky.
You feel like Angel Reese on her first shot? Sorry.
Yeah. No, people have been profiting off of Angel Reese first shot misses.
Dude, that's diabolical, but it's insanely good. So,
but if it's a guaranteed bet, you better put your house on it.
They be doing it though. For 6 straight days. I just want Angel Reese to watch that.
Phil's point 4, 1291. John's points 4, 24. Mine, 1680.
God, yeah, 400 more.
Yep. You are the number one team. I'm not doubting you, but two of my best players
is he the Newark Liberty for our league?
Yo, I mean, yeah.
I mean, they're both undefeated. Also, the Lynx are undefeated. So shout out to the Minnesota Lynx. Both we're probably gonna have the same finals rematches last year, if we're being honest.
Okay, so
It looks like it so far. The Lynx have looked unstoppable. The Liberty have looked unstoppable.
I think somebody comes out west. I mean, I believe
Natasha Cloud. With the addition of Natasha Cloud, there's no
Natasha Cloud's been Natasha Cloud has been amazing so far for them.
Their depth is so good too. Very, very.
There's no stopping us.
Yeah,
I'm just mad I couldn't draft her.
Same.
Natasha Cloud.
Yeah,
me too.
Especially with your roster. Jeez,
it would have been overkill.
Usually, it already is overkill. What are you talking about?
That's true. So hey,
I watch this man's points like, damn.
Yeah. For me, yeah, stay tuned into everything. Follow the socials. Follow us on Playback because we will be watching WNBA games as well as MLB games during the NBA and NFL off season. So stay tuned. We don't know what games, but we'll obviously talk about it and promote it as such. So hey, it could be a Mets game. It could be a Red Sox game. Lynx, Storm, hopefully.
Liberty.
And others. So yeah. Make sure you stay tuned. Follow the socials. Hold on.
What's up, Chris? Appreciate you.
What's up, Chris? Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, homie.
Yep. So follow the socials. Follow us on all the audio platforms. If you missed the video lives, you can always listen to us on there. Follow us on Facebook. We're back doing lives here. YouTube, we do lives on there. Twitch as well. That's where I record the gaming content. And Elijah, you want to give us a preview on that gaming series? Because I'm curious. I'm curious. So
I'll talk about it a little bit. Me and TJ have also on the game too. We all play MLB The Show. And this is the first year that me and TJ have actually opened Dynasty. And,
I've been seeing you guys open packs, yeah.
Yeah, we've been opening packs. We've been having fun doing the little the challenges, like the showdowns.
Yeah.
And we got an idea. Yo, let's play a series. And it's going to be best of 5. The issue is that we have been doing the same exact methods to get our teams better. So we're probably going to end with most of the same players. So we are actually going to delay the series because one of us is changing our methods in getting players. So, but yeah, that's just going to be the series. That's all it is. It's not going to be much. It's going to be me versus my boy. Playing some Diamond Dynasty best of 5. Hopefully nobody gets swept.
Woo!
Ooh, I can't wait to see the jersey designs or the uniform designs.
Yeah, don't expect anything special from me. I'll say that.
We gonna get the panda uniforms.
Pandas are fire. That'd be lit.
We'll see what we get, man.
Gotcha. Hey, yeah, tune in on the gaming channel, the Ball Central Gaming channel for that. With a lot of the WWE series now done for me, I might do some NBA rebuilds. Or hey, here's I might do some ideas for 2K as well. Like, here's how I would construct the Celtics with the Tatum injury. Here's how I would construct the Knicks with no Tom Thibodeau. The Pacers if they lose the finals, the Thunder if they lose the finals. Basically, a bunch of different scenarios, or how I would properly build a team around LeBron and Luka for the Lakers. Just random ideas and bullshit throughout the offseason. So I'll probably be doing some of that until college football and Madden comes out. So hey, tune into the gaming channel. Follow our socials, like I said. And hey, that has been the pod. We'll see you guys next week because I think that'll be game 1, 2, and 3 in the books, since it will be tonight, Sunday, and Wednesday. So yeah, the first 3 games of the series will be in the book. Let's hoping it won't be a 3-0 lead by anybody, but let's hopefully it could be a nice competitive series. Tune in tonight. We'll be there Playback. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time on Baller Central. Yeah.
He's a producer.
Hey. Look, this Sega days are coming soon. I'm just tired of waiting. tears falling in my prayers. I've been crying for patience. I'm scarred. I gotta live the rest of my life with abrasions. You can't convince me that time isn't wasting. I feel like Hamilton the way I've been writing these pages. So you can call me, but you best be on time with the payments. So you can turn this off if you don't like what I'm saying, or if these lines are too basic. Just know my life getting crazy. Times is getting harder, that could really spark an artist. And I ain't giving up for nothing, I just try my hardest. I say a prayer for the ones departed. A cold world, I just want to show how pure my heart is. But I see the comments, stories going around about the kid, but I'm so timeless. Bad energy can't get to me. I'm the reason why we like this, allegedly. But once I see the best from you, that's when you get the best from me. I'm here for your elevation. Success ain't a destination. Ain't looking for reparations. Ain't looking for no type of savings. Back up the rest of my savings. Can't get no rest in the basement. Can't even lie to you, baby. Time that we spent was amazing. And I ain't trying to replace you for you. My mind is still racing. I lost a step, but I'm coming back. I used to put my heart all on display, but I'm done with that. Tired of these bonds that pop easier than bubble wrap. In my notes, like a group of sick, you see a bunch of rap. In the studio, I box the beat is just a punching bag. And for the guys, let them know I love them back. For all of y'all endeavors, I'm wishing you good luck on that. Shout out Q for the beat. This one a groove for the streets. You say you down with me, baby. You gotta prove it to me.